What if I told you that the player who dominates the FIFA World Cup 2026 might not be the one everyone expects? Because while the entire football world is focused on the biggest names in the game, something much bigger is quietly developing behind the scenes. Some players are arriving in North America with unfinished business. Others are chasing history. And a few are carrying the hopes of entire nations on their shoulders. The scary part? Several of these stars are entering the tournament in the best form of their careers. And if that happens, World Cup 2026 could become their personal stage. Now, everybody knows the World Cup is where legends are made. It is where careers change forever. One incredible month can turn a great player into a global icon. But this tournament feels different. For the first time in years, we are about to witness a collision between football's greatest legends and its next generation of superstars. And no player represents that story better than Lionel Messi. Just imagine the scene. A packed stadium. Millions watching around the world. Argentina defending the title they won in Qatar. And standing at the center of it all is Messi. 4 years ago, he completed football. He lifted the World Cup trophy and achieved the dream he had chased his entire career. Most players would have walked away. Most players would have been satisfied. Messi didn't. At 38 years old, he is back for what could be the final World Cup appearance of his legendary career. But here is the question nobody can answer. Can Messi still dominate the biggest tournament in football? Age is undefeated. The physical demands are greater than ever. Argentina have evolved. Younger players now carry much of the workload. Yet whenever Messi steps onto a football field, strange things happen. Defenders panic. Fans believe. And matches can change in a single moment. If Argentina are going to defend their crown, Messi does not need to play every minute. He only needs a few moments of magic. And history suggests that may be enough. But while Messi represents football's past and present, another player may represent its future. Lamine Yamal. The teenager has already done things that many footballers never achieved during an entire career. He helped Spain become European champions. He dazzled defenders. He created moments that looked impossible. And he is only 18 years old. Think about that for a second. Most players spend their teenage years trying to break into professional football. Yamal is arriving at the World Cup with expectations normally reserved for Ballon d'Or winners. What makes him so dangerous is not just his talent. It is his fearlessness. He plays as if pressure does not exist. He attacks defenders without hesitation. He attempts passes that others would never even imagine. And that confidence could make him one of the most unpredictable players in the entire tournament. Now imagine a World Cup where Spain make a deep run. Imagine Yamal producing magical performances on the biggest stage. Imagine him competing for the Golden Boot before turning 19. It sounds unbelievable, but many experts believe it could happen. And if it does, World Cup 2026 may become the moment football officially enters the Yamal era. But before we talk about the player many consider the most dangerous attacker on the planet, there is another superstar who has a score to settle. Kylian Mbappe. 4 years ago, he produced one of the greatest World Cup final performances ever seen. A hat-trick. A performance for the ages. And yet France still lost. Think about how painful that must be. Most players would celebrate a World Cup final hat-trick forever. Mbappe walked away without the trophy. That disappointment has been fueling him ever since. Now he returns older, stronger and more experienced. And perhaps even more dangerous. Defenders already know what is coming. The explosive acceleration. The devastating pace. The ruthless finishing. The problem is stopping it. There is another reason why Mbappe could dominate this tournament. Records. The French superstar is closing in on some of the biggest scoring milestones in his country's history. Every goal pushes him closer. Every match adds to his legacy. And when great players sense history within reach, they often become even more motivated. That should worry every team in this competition. Because a motivated Mbappe may be the most frightening player in world football. But even Mbappe's supporters know there is one striker capable of matching him goal for goal. And his name is Erling Haaland. 4 years, football fans dreamed about seeing Haaland on the World Cup stage. Now it is finally happening. Norway have returned to the tournament after a long absence. And they are bringing one of the most lethal goal scorers football has ever seen. Haaland does not need many chances. He does not need constant possession. Sometimes he only needs one moment, one cross, one mistake, one opportunity. Then the ball is in the back of the net. His qualifying campaign was frightening. Goals arrived from everywhere. Inside the box, outside the box, headers, finishes, counterattacks. The numbers became impossible to ignore. And now the world's biggest tournament is about to discover whether anyone can stop him. But here is where things become really interesting. Because while football's future is arriving through players like Yamal and Haaland, another legendary figure refuses to leave the spotlight. Cristiano Ronaldo. At 41 years old, Ronaldo continues to challenge everything we think we know about age. Most footballers retire long before reaching this stage. Ronaldo keeps scoring, keeps competing, keeps dreaming, and perhaps most importantly, he keeps chasing the one trophy that has always escaped him: the FIFA World Cup. Could this finally be his last dance? Could this be his final opportunity to complete football's greatest mission? Or could one more magical tournament allow him to silence every remaining doubter? That question alone may become one of the biggest stories of World Cup 2026. And the answer could change football history forever. Because if Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappe, Haaland and Yamal all arrive at their best, this tournament might deliver something we have never seen before. A battle between generations. A battle between legends and future icons. And trust me, we have only covered half the story. Because there are still 5 more players capable of dominating this World Cup, including a Brazilian superstar carrying enormous pressure, a Turkish wonder kid ready to shock the world, and an African legend determined to complete unfinished business. And what happens next could completely reshape the race for football's biggest prize. Now, if the first half of this list was about football's biggest global superstars, the next names might be even more dangerous. Because unlike Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe or Haaland, these players are arriving with something to prove. And sometimes, that can be the most powerful motivation of all. Let's start with Harry Kane. For years, Kane has been one of the most reliable goal scorers in world football. Season after season, he delivers goals. Season after season, he produces numbers that place him among the elite. But international football can be cruel. Despite all his success, Kane still carries the pressure of leading England to glory. Every major tournament brings the same question. Can England finally end decades of disappointment? And if they do, Kane will almost certainly be at the center of it. What makes him so dangerous isn't just his finishing. It's his intelligence, his movement, his passing, his ability to create chances for teammates while still scoring goals himself. That combination makes him one of the most complete forwards in the tournament. And there is another reason defenders should be worried. Kane knows exactly what it takes to win the Golden Boot. He has already done it before. If he manages to do it again, he could make history. And players chasing history tend to produce special moments. But while England hopes Kane can lead them to glory, Brazil is placing enormous expectations on another superstar, Vinicius Jr. Few players in football are more exciting to watch. The speed, the dribbling, the confidence, the ability to turn a defender inside out with a single move. When Vinicius gets space, chaos usually follows. And this World Cup may represent the biggest opportunity of his career. Brazil have spent years searching for the player capable of carrying the nation into a new era. A player capable of restoring the dominance that made Brazil football's most successful country. Many believe Vinicius is that player. But with greatness comes pressure. Millions of Brazilian fans expect success. Anything less than a deep run into the tournament will raise difficult questions. The good news for Brazil is that Vinicius isn't arriving alone. He enters the tournament with experience, confidence and the trust of people who know exactly how dangerous he can be. And if he catches fire early, Brazil could quickly become one of the most feared teams in the competition. But while the spotlight focuses on football's biggest stars, every World Cup creates a surprise hero. Someone unexpected. Someone who arrives without the attention of the superstars and leaves as a household name. That player could be Antoine Semenyo. The Ghanaian forward may not generate the same headlines as Mbappe or Haaland, but dismissing him would be a mistake. Over the past year, he has developed into one of the most exciting attacking players in football. His creativity has improved. His finishing has improved. And perhaps most importantly, his confidence has exploded. For Ghana, his role will be enormous. This is a team in transition. New leaders are emerging. New expectations are forming. And Semenyo may become the face of that transformation. World Cups have a habit of introducing new stars to global audiences. Could Semenyo be next? Don't be surprised if the answer is yes. But speaking of young stars, there is another player preparing for his biggest international moment yet. Arda Guler. The Turkish wonder kid has been building momentum for years. Every season brings more attention, more excitement, more expectations. And now comes the biggest stage of all, the World Cup. For Turkish supporters, Guler represents hope. Hope that their national team can do something special. Hope that a new generation can create memories that last forever. The talent has never been in doubt. His vision is exceptional. His technical ability is elite. And his confidence on the ball often looks far beyond his age. The question is whether he can produce those moments under World Cup pressure. If he can, Turkey could become one of the tournament's most dangerous outsiders. And if Turkey makes a surprise run, don't be shocked if Guler becomes one of the breakout stars of the entire competition. But there is one final name on this list. One player whose story may be the most emotional of them all. Mohamed Salah. For years, Salah has carried the hopes of Egypt. He has broken records, won trophies, inspired millions, and established himself as one of Africa's greatest footballers. Yet one dream remains unfinished: World Cup success. This tournament could represent one final opportunity to achieve something truly special with his national team. Recent injury concerns created uncertainty. Fans worried. Questions emerged. Would he be ready? Would he be fit enough? Would Egypt lose their biggest star at the worst possible moment? Now those fears appear to be fading. And that changes everything. Because a healthy Salah instantly transforms Egypt's chances. His experience matters. His leadership matters. And his ability to decide games in a single moment may prove invaluable. Sometimes World Cups are won by the strongest team. Sometimes they are won by the hottest player. And Salah has shown many times throughout his career that when he finds rhythm, he can carry entire teams on his shoulders. So when you look at this incredible group of players, one thing becomes clear. World Cup 2026 isn't just another tournament. It's a collision of football eras. Messi chasing one more chapter of greatness. Ronaldo pursuing the dream that has always escaped him. Mbappe trying to reclaim the throne. Haaland preparing for his World Cup arrival. Yamal attempting to announce a new generation. Kane hunting history. Vinicius carrying Brazil's hopes. Semenyo seeking a breakthrough moment. Guler ready to shock the world. And Salah determined to finish unfinished business. Some of these stars will thrive. Others will struggle. Some will create unforgettable moments. And one of them may leave North America as the face of World Cup 2026. Right now, nobody knows who that player will be. And that's exactly what makes this tournament so exciting. Because somewhere among these 10 names is a future World Cup legend waiting to emerge. The countdown is almost over. The stage is set. The pressure is rising. And football's biggest stars are ready to write the next chapter in World Cup history. Now it's your turn. Which of these players do you believe will dominate World Cup 2026? Will it be a legend like Messi or Ronaldo? A superstar like Mbappe or Haaland? Or a rising talent like Yamal or Guler? Drop your prediction in the comments, and if you enjoy World Cup stories, player analysis, and everything happening on the road to FIFA World Cup 2026, make sure you're subscribed to FIFA Nation Report so you don't miss the next big story. Because this tournament hasn't even started yet, and the drama is already building.